The Chicago Bears win probably the craziest game I've ever seen in my life being a Bears fan. The Bears win by a score of 47-42 on the road in a miraculous win. Honestly, it was miraculous the Bengals even came back. 15-point comeback with a minute left, but the Bears still win because Caleb Williams gets a ball into COLSTON Loveland for the 58-yard touchdown. The rookie goes in all the way to the end zone, and the Bears find a way to win this game to go to 5-3 on the season. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears post-game reaction video. My heart is still kind of pounding from the ending of this game because, oh my goodness, guys, this game, when I say it was the craziest game I've ever seen in my life being a Bears fan, that is no exaggeration because the amount of things that happened in this game was fucking ridiculous. I made a tweet about this, which I'll put up on the screen, but this game had a Bengals return touchdown to begin the game, a Caleb Williams receiving touchdown, a crazy mossing touchdown by T. Higgins, a rookie running back, Kyle Monangai, going for 176 rushing yards, a Zach Taylor challenge that inadvertently awarded the Chicago Bears a touchdown, John Fox moment, Tyson Bagent, backup quarterback, passing the ball to Caleb Williams, Tremaine Edmonds game-sealing pick six that actually got called back because he was ruled down by contact, 470 passing yards by 40-year-old Joe Flacco, 15-point score by the Bengals in under a minute after the onside recovery, and a 58-yard Loveland touchdown where he breaks multiple tackles to win the game. I mean, you talk about a crazy, wild roller coaster of a game. This was that game, and I feel like my heart stopped like 5 times in this game because, guys, after we choked that lead, we allowed the onside kick, and then they scored a touchdown after that. After we allowed that last touchdown, my heart fucking sank. I was like, not again. Please, not again. Okay, with Ben Johnson, with this new coaching staff, we cannot choke games like we did in the Eberflus era, and we were about to choke this game away. I mean, it was a crazy choke job by the Bears to allow 2 touchdowns in a minute, to allow that onside kick after Daniel Hardy hit the ball before the ball even crossed the 10-yard mark. So, I mean, some bad special teams play by the Chicago Bears in this game, which I'll talk about later in this video. But I was just really scared the Bears were going to find a way to choke this, and they probably would have if not for Caleb Williams being clutch as fuck at the end of this game, as he always is, okay? Caleb is always super clutch at the end of each game. Besides for the Ravens game, the last game, that was one of his only non-clutch moments. But Caleb came back with a strong drive to still will the Chicago Bears to a victory. And shout out COLSTON Loveland, man. I mean, this was the COLSTON Loveland game. It was also the Kyle Monangai game. Our rookies play fantastic in this game. But shout out COLSTON Loveland. This was the COLSTON Loveland game that we have all been waiting for. It was also the Kyle Monangai game as well. I mean, multiple rookies had a good day today. But talking about COLSTON Loveland, I mean, 6 receptions for 118 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and that game winner, man, that was a thing of beauty. He came down with a strong catch, broke multiple tackles, and rumbled and bumbled his way to the end zone. He showed off his fantastic yak ability. He has the ability to make defenders miss in the open field. He also had a catch earlier in the game in which he took that catch, I think 33 yards, right? So Loveland was fantastic in this game. Cole Kmet went down with the injury. I hope Cole Kmet is okay, but Loveland stepped up big time in his absence, and I'm really happy for the rookie. I mean, it's about time we got him involved, and to basically win this game for the Chicago Bears, that is great stuff out of the Michigan man. And talking more about this game, I really feel like Ben Johnson is exercising all the demons of our past, because even though we choked this game in a big way and the Bengals also had a chance to have a game-winning Hail Mary, the Chicago Bears found a way to win. They always somehow find ways to win. There's been multiple close games this year, like at least 3. I mean, the Raiders game, the Commanders game, this game, that with a different coaching staff, we could have lost all 3 of those games. But Ben Johnson, man, he has some magic to him because his team keeps on fighting and keeps on finding ways to win. And talking more about the offense, guys, I'll break down both sides of the football and also talk about the special teams as well because of how disgusting they were and how they almost helped the Chicago Bears lose this game. But Talking about the offense, guys, I'll talk about Caleb Williams and his day first. And Caleb's stat line was 280 passing yards. He went 20 for 34 on his passing attempts. He had 3 passing touchdowns, took 2 sacks, passer rating of 114. He also had a couple nice runs. He had 5 carries for 53 rushing yards, and he also had a couple receptions as well. He had 2 receptions in this game. That's fucking insane. He had 1 reception off of a pass from Tyson Bagent, which went for some yardage, and he also had that receiving touchdown, which both of those plays, guys, were just really creative by Ben Johnson. I mean, I love that Ben Johnson finds different, unique ways to get all of his guys involved. He wanted to get Tyson Bagent involved as well, so he put Tyson Bagent in there for, a simple pass that wasn't anything crazy, but it keeps the defense on their toes, obviously. And the first receiving touchdown by Caleb, I mean, that was also big-time exciting stuff. It's so exciting to have a play caller in Ben Johnson that tries all these unique and innovative things. And talking about Caleb, guys, I mean, I thought he had a pretty decent day. He started out the game a little bit rocky in terms of accuracy. Maybe decision-making could have been faster in some spots, but he also had some big-time throws. He had that nice deep ball to DJ Moore at the end of the first half, although we didn't get any points on that drive because Cairo Santos' kick got blocked. I mean, that was a fantastic throw by Caleb Williams. He had a couple throws he made on the run, and obviously finding Colston Loveland for the game-winning touchdown. That was a clutch, big-time throw by QB1. He ran the ball very well. He caught a touchdown pass. I mean, Caleb had a pretty solid day, I would say, all things considered. Can he still get better? Yes, he can. Even though we scored 47 points, there's still room to grow for Caleb Williams. But he is a young quarterback. He's going to keep on getting better and better. And the fact that we're still winning games while Caleb Williams is learning how to play quarterback at a high level is a fantastic thing, and it speaks volumes about how good of a job Ben Johnson's doing with this team. And obviously, I got to talk about the run game now, because the run game was a massive reason why the Chicago Bears won this game. The Chicago Bears had a putrid, horrible run game to begin the season, but they have completely turned it around ever since the bye week. The Bears had 283 rushing yards in this game. I repeat, 283 rushing yards in this game. And the rookie Kyle Monangai had 176 rushing yards. He had a couple really nice carries in which he kept on bulldozing forward for extra yardage. I mean, this dude has a nice blend of vision and power and a little bit of speed as well. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he has just enough speed to break a couple big runs through. And he showed up for the Bears consistently throughout this game. He had a heavy workload in this game. He had 26 carries, and the Bears kept on putting the ball in his hands, and he kept on delivering for Ben Johnson. Earlier on, he was sharing carries with DeAndre Swift, but he showed the ability to handle RB1 responsibilities against this team, and he was strong with the football. He didn't fumble, which I was really worried about him fumbling because of how many carries and how many hits he was taking. But Kyle Monangai is a fucking monster. He should definitely be on Kyle Brandt's angry run segment tomorrow morning, because he had a few angry bulldozing runs, and Ryan Poles got a steal in the 7th round because this guy is proven to be a fantastic running back for our rotation here in Chicago. And Britton Brown also had a fantastic carry. He had that big rushing touchdown. He finished the game with 37 rushing yards. So no matter who is at running back now, we are succeeding in running the football, which is one of the hallmarks of Ben Johnson's offense. He has to be able to run the football, and now he has developed a strong ground game here in Chicago, which is going to help us win a lot of football games, hopefully, down the stretch. I also want to add the ability to run the football kept Joe Flacco and the Bengals offense off the field, because they were having a field day against the Bears defense, but Ben Johnson smartly was running the football at the right spots to chew the clock and keep the chains moving slowly so that the defense could get a break. Now, the Bears defense did not really help us out at all in this game still, but the fact that we could run the football throughout this game at least kept the Bengals off the field and, helped the Chicago Bears win this game. Talking briefly about some of the Bears playmakers on offense. So I already talked about Colston Loveland. I mean, he had a hell of a day. This was his breakout game in the NFL, and he really showed the ability to handle the tight end #1 responsibilities on this offense. I mean, there's still a role for Cole Kmet in this offense for sure, but as the primary pass catching tight end, I think that should be Colston Loveland because of his abilities to make guys miss in the open field. I mean, he's just a different athlete than Cole Kmet is. Loveland is a much better athlete, so he can do fantastic things like that. DJ Moore had a couple nice plays he made in this game. He had 72 receiving yards. Olamide Zaccheaus had 58 receiving yards. He had that one jet sweep touchdown. Brilliant running by Olamide Zaccheaus and brilliant blocking also by the Bears blockers on that play. Caleb had 22 receiving yards. Mananga had 22 receiving yards. Cole Kmet had 1 catch, but then went down with the injury. Surprisingly, Rome Odunze did not get involved at all in this game, which he did get a target in the red zone, which he dropped, which kind of disappointed in him for dropping these balls. That was a little bit behind him, but still, a receiver of his ability should be able to come down with that catch. He didn't, but the Bears still score a touchdown after that, so it ends up being fine. But hopefully we get Rome more involved going forward, but I can't complain when we scored 47 points on offense, right? So hell of a day by the Chicago Bears offense. I knew this game would have to be a shootout. I thought we'd have to score 33 plus to win this game. I did not think we'd have to score 47 plus to win this game, but the Bears still went out and did it. So shout out Caleb Williams, shout out Ben Johnson, shout out the entire Chicago Bears offense for putting this team on their back and winning this damn football game. But talking about the Chicago Bears defense, I obviously don't have a lot of good things to say about them. They got torched throughout this game by Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco had 470 passing yards in this game, 4 passing touchdowns, but they did force turnovers, which has been the hallmark of this defense. They have been really bad in allowing points and yardage, but they can turn the ball over, which is exactly what they did in this game. They got 3 turnovers to help the Chicago Bears offense score some points and help stop the bleeding a little bit. And Tremaine Edmonds should have had a game-winning pick 6, but that got called back for some ticky-tacky bullshit. I mean, you know, technically it is a right call. Like, he was down by contact, but the receiver just barely got his hands on Edmonds before he fell down. So it's kind of a stupid rule, I feel like, but that game-winning pick 6 got called back, but Nashawn Wright had a pick. Edmonds still had a different pick that did count. We also had an Austin Booker strip sack, which welcome back Austin Booker forcing that fumble. That was a big-time play by the second-year player. Glad to have him back, but overall, guys, I mean, the Bears secondary was horrible out there. I mean, they were getting torched consistently throughout this game. They allowed 2 touchdowns very easily to the Bengals, and Joe Flacco could do anything he wanted against this defense. They did get stops here and there, and, you know, getting the turnovers were crucial, and they did get a couple sacks against Joe Flacco. Flacco was sacked 3 times in this game, but I mean, they were not good enough in this game. They did do just enough to win, but that's because their offense scored 47 points. Going forward, I have big question marks about the Bears defense with Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon out, because this pass rush is not good enough to, you know, have practice squad players out there in the secondary like we have right now. You know, with the guy like Nashawn Wright, who, even though he had the interception, he was getting torched consistently throughout this game. Tyreek Stevenson also had a pretty bad game. T. Higgins made that insane catch on their secondary as well. So just not a good day by the Bears defense, not a good day by the Bears secondary. I just can't say a lot of good things about them. And Dennis Allen, I mean, I know he has a tough job because the Bears pass rushers simply are not getting home enough, and our secondary is full of backups right now, but he also has to be better. You know, he was pretty aggressive in this game, but to allow, you know, all that big time yardage through the air, it just cannot happen for the Bears defense. So again, happy they got the turnovers, but they got to be a lot better going forward if they want to win against better football teams. And then finally, talking about the special teams, guys. I mean, special teams was a fucking disaster in this game. Richard Hightower should be on the hot seat because the special teams were putrid in this game. We allowed a kickoff return touchdown to begin this game, so already got out to a bad foot there. And then Cairo Santos got a field goal blocked. He also missed one earlier. I mean, I think we might have to make the switch to Jake Moody at this point, because even though Cairo's had some good moments in the past with the Chicago Bears, he consistently gets his kicks blocked because his kicks have a very low trajectory and he just doesn't have a big leg whatsoever. So kind of wondering if the Bears do make the switch now to Jake Moody. We'll see what happens there. But then, you know, also allowing the onside kick to happen, you know, that cannot happen. Daniel Hardy has to be smarter there. He barely touched the ball, but you know, you got to be more aware in the situation. We were allowing some big time returns on our kickoff coverage. Duvernay also had a big return wiped out by a holding. So special teams were completely discombobulated. And if we don't get it figured out soon, I mean, they're going to end up costing the Chicago Bears games going down the road, because they very easily could have cost the Chicago Bears this game, but Caleb Williams and Colston Loveland thankfully stepped it up. But going forward, gotta be a lot better. But yeah, leave your comments down below, guys. What'd you guys think about this game? I'm sure your hearts are still racing. I gotta go back and watch the highlights again because I still cannot believe what I witnessed. I mean, probably the craziest Bears game I have ever seen in my life. And the fact that we are winning games like this, heart-stopping, last-second games, we are actually winning as Chicago Bears fans is just an insane feeling that I've never felt before, because the last couple years, I mean, Eberflus found every single fucking way to lose a football game, but Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are finding every way to win football games. Leave your comments down below, guys. As always, bear down.